2-0.
Texting, 857-6309. Hey. It is a, what do we call this? Tipping Back Tuesday?
Tipsy Tuesday.
That's Wednesday.
Tipsy Tuesday.
It's a Tipsy Tuesday, or it's a Tokum. Oh, Tokum Tuesday.
Tokum Tuesday.
Tokum Tuesday is what it is. Yes. Welcome back to the Mid-Sack. It was, it's feeling humid. I am starting to feel that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and it's still humid.
Because it needs to rain, and it hasn't rained.
It hasn't rained. By the way,
it's supposed to rain all day.
It's raining all around us, by the way, right now, according to the satellite. But we're not getting any rain here
just
yet.
let it rain, because I don't want to turn my goddamn sprinklers on.
Serious? I know. I don't want to have to fix mine tomorrow. But anyway, so one more day. Anyway, that is the Redoubtable One. I'm Tom Izzo. I am the highly questioned one, RJ Miliaccio. Segment 1, NBA Conference Finals preview. We are underway in the Mile High. Right now, currently, we've got Denver 4-2 in the early going up there in the altitude. We're going to break down that series tonight. And also,
we have the game on right in front of us.
Yes.
Sorry you all can't see it.
Power of technology, boys and girls.
In case it seems like I'm staring through your soul, I'm actually looking at my phone.
Because he's staring through your soul. So anyway, we will be covering the finals in segment 1. I think there's going to be a segment 2 because a certain baseball fan has a bone to pick with a certain a-hole running a certain website that I think we should attach this to. And I think that may happen.
No, that's not my lead bone is with the Mets.
That's first.
That's the side bone. That's my side piece.
But the point is, my buddy has 2 bones to pick, so I'm going to give him. And don't worry, I have no problem trashing the Red Sox after I praise them. So, but that's segment 2.
They shouldn't be trashed though. They're holding their own right now.
They're winning tonight anyway. We'll see if they pull it up. But they dropped 4 in a row. We'll get into it. We'll get into that segment 2.
I know, but look at their record.
Hey, man, let's talk positive here. So right now, Denver 6, LA 2, and they're going. We talked about it briefly on Sunday, but it was more of a recap of Game 7. This matchup, and Tom, you've seen both these teams a couple times now. Right now, Jokic is playing as well as anybody on the planet. And I don't see how you really stop a guy that passes as well as he shoots. That's the guy that you really can't stop.
Facilitator, a true facilitator.
For a big man. He's the best passing big man since Sabonis, his dad. And then Bill Walton.
It's not his dad.
No, but Sabonis' dad,
Arvydas. You're talking about current Sabonis.
Yeah,
okay,
not his dad. Yeah, he's not
like
your
Sabonis isn't Jokic's dad. I know that.
No, Sabonis
white, crafty big men.
White, crafty big men. That's a good way to put it. White, crafty big men.
Crafty white big men?
Crafty white big men, yes. I think that's, And, so Sabonis has that title, and Bill Walton, the other great passing center I've seen.
He
won a league MVP.
My dad hated him, so I always discounted him. But you told me he was good.
Great, he was great. He won a league MVP. He won a 6-man with Boston. He was never healthy in 14 years. He won 2 championships. He beat Dr. J in the final.
Really?
Yeah, in '77.
Was he?
He was the MVP.
Was he
of
the
finals.
focal point of that team?
Yes.
Really?
Bill Walton. Yes.
Who were the other people on
it? Lucas, who was a fighter. This guy Maurice Lucas, who was he could score too. He was a dual guy. He could score and he could fight.
Any relation to John Lucas?
No, strangely no. I thought they'd be cousins or something. They're not related.
John Lucas had a son who played too, right?
He did.
Right?
He did, I believe. Yes, he did.
Sorry, I'm
that's all right.
The...
But anyway, that Jokic, that's where he is, and that's just from a passing perspective. Offensively speaking, he's got it all. He can post
Who do you
up.
compare him to?
Larry Bird.
Larry? That's how Larry was?
Yep. But Larry was quicker.
I was going to say, I think
Larry was quicker.
Larry seemed to. He looked more athletic than.
And Larry had a shot. Bird's. I always say that the 2 best post moves I've ever seen was the skyhook and then Bird's fadeaway. Bird's fadeaway became so famous it's on a video game with him. So.
Dude, but Jokic's mid-range shot.
He's got a great pull-up, and that's the thing.
Man, it's nice.
You don't think pull-up with a 7-footer, even in today's game.
Oh, my God, it's
like
soft.
Durant's like that, but he's got a quick first step. Jokic is literally the definition of slow as shit.
Right.
But he's got when you have a great shot and you have a great shot fake, you're 2 steps quicker. Yeah. And he knows how to use it. So going into this series in the playoffs now, he was averaging 30, 12 rebounds, 9.8 assists, just under. Mm-hmm. He was shooting 55% from the floor, and you ready for this, Tom? 48% from the 3.
But not shooting a ton of threes, right?
But 48%.
Right, but not too.
He makes multiple threes a game.
That's good.
Yeah, he's not.
So
Steph,
he's almost 2 for 4, 3 for 5, kind of.
In that realm.
That's
perfect. He goes 2 for 6 or 3 for 7.
In this day and age, if your big man can do that
in the playoffs,
plus assists and rebounds,
12 rebounds. See, this is where I always would get on LeBron James because he never averaged 10 rebounds a game. He's usually the second or third biggest guy on the floor. To me, that's always been where James' one drawback. He's not a great rebounder. And that does count for things because that's part of defense.
I think he is when he focuses.
He's had 20 years to focus on this.
No, I'm saying like it seems like he saves energy. Like
Rebounding.
I'm not gonna go in for that rebound.
If you're willing to run a guy down 40 feet to get a block from behind, don't tell me you're not willing to go to the glass and rebound.
So you think he doesn't have the skill to do it?
I think he doesn't.
I think it's an effort.
It's an effort thing. That's what it is.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Well, in a small ball league where he's the second or third biggest guy every night,
He should put the effort in to get 10 rebounds.
because
You're right.
if you look at the historically speaking, teams that win the rebounding battle win basketball games about 66% of the time.
Mm-hmm.
The team wins 2/3 of the time. That's a fact.
Yeah, the only way you
So-
don't win a game, you out rebound them in,
yeah.
is if you can't fucking shoot like the Knicks.
Exactly. So, but 60, you do that, and you would think LeBron would know that.
Sure.
But Jokic knows it. Okay.
Well, he's also the 5.
But
I mean,
yeah, but he does what he's supposed to do. Power forwards used to average double doubles too, back in the day. Real power forwards, they were
Tim
out
Duncan.
there. Tim Duncan. Yeah, I'm saying Kevin McHale. They're
Kevin
out
Garnett.
there. Kevin Garnett. They're out there. Karl Malone. They were out
Malone.
there in droves. But anyway, you would
Man, I
think.
thought I had another one.
Well, you probably
Rasheed
did.
Wallace?
Yep, another one in his prime. Yes, in his prime he was a double double.
Yeah.
He was.
Was he 25-10? Or is he like 20-10?
He was between 23 and 20, somewhere in
Okay.
there, like 22. But he was
Rasheed
10.
Wallace,
He was
I-
always
I
10.
liked Rasheed.
He was when he played. He was amazing. When he
Yeah.
stopped yelling at the refs, I mean,
Right.
that was his one drawback.
Yeah, he was a little bit of a nut.
He got
but-
more. I swear to God, if it wasn't for Draymond Green's record pace here, because Rasheed was one of those dudes. He's
a
lapped-
technical guy.
Yeah, he's a technical guy. almost guaranteed one a night. It was crazy. Almost guaranteed. That's like Draymond. He's almost guaranteed one a
It
night.
wasn't 1 a night.
No, but Draymond.
It felt like that.
Do you know how many technicals Draymond got in the regular season?
16?
No, 57.
57? What?
That's almost one a game.
There's no way Rasheed got that many.
No, he didn't. Not in a season. No.
I thought like you got suspended after like 16.
That was if you got taught. Like,
You sure
I think he did.
got
Yeah.
57?
Actually, yes, he did get suspended.
So he got suspended
He
multiple times?
lost a couple of games. Yeah, he did.
Are you sure?
Yeah. He had-
57? You sure that's not total?
well, maybe counting playoffs. Maybe that's what it is. He got more in the playoffs. But still, he got suspended at least once during the season for this. I know he did. I know he did. Thing is, like,
We're losing Jokic. We were talking about Jokic.
Jokic. I'm sorry. Yeah.
How
So
do we
anyway,
go down here?
We're trying to preview this matchup, and the key is can Anthony Davis offset this guy?
That's the only way the Lakers have a shot.
If he plays it, he doesn't have to stop him.
No.
But he's got to play him even. He's got to offset what he does. If
Which
Davis,
is going to be really hard.
I,
In order to offset him, he does kind of have to D him up pretty. He
this
can't
is-
allow
you know,
all the facilitation.
It's funny you said that because Stephen A. Smith brought this up today. I
What'd
forget
he
when.
say?
He said when the Lakers were in the bubble 3 years ago and they won, they had like big men to back him up. Not great, but serviceable guys that could
Oh,
spell
like
him.
JaVale McGee?
Yeah,
Who
guys
was
like
it?
that. Yeah,
Was
they're all gone. They're all gone now. They don't have anybody.
Who
like
is the backup 5?
that. I don't even know his name.
It's not a true 5, is it?
It's not. They were talking about LeBron having to guard him at times. Which, if that happens, LA's
He'll
in
get
real trouble.
smoked.
He will walk LeBron down the post and wear
Dude,
him out.
LeBron couldn't guard the guy from Memphis. What was his name? Jarrett?
Ja. Oh, the big dude, Jared
Yeah.
Allen.
Jared. Was
Yeah.
it Jared Allen or
6'11". Jared.
Josh Jarrett?
Maybe it was Josh Jarrett. Josh Allen? No. I thought it was Jared Allen. I think Jared Allen's right.
Was it Jared Allen? I thought
think
he
it
was
is.
like a defensive stopper on somebody else's team. You're right.
I think it's Jared Allen.
He couldn't guard him.
No, but he was 6'11" too, and he was a
Right.
bigger dude.
But he's not. I don't think he's as big as Jokic.
No.
Jokic is a massive
Jokic is a legit 280.
man. Yeah.
He's legit 280. He's probably 290.
And 7 what? 3?
7'2",
2?
I think. Yeah.
And crafty as shit. Just YMCA at its finest.
I would argue he is the smartest player in the NBA.
I don't know. Well, you might be right.
I would argue that.
I want to say Jalen Brunson, but
he rarely makes him. No, he's tough.
he's smart too.
Yeah, but he is. But he's more tough than smart. He's
I don't
smart
know,
too.
dude. He's to
He
me
made that bad pass into the paint at the end of game
Dude,
4.
You think Jokic has never made a bad pass? All right, look.
Not like that.
I'm just saying. I love my point guards, man. I think point guards.
I said he's an
always
all-star.
No, I know.
He reminded me of a smaller Dennis Johnson. How much praise want we give the kid?
No.
And he's wearing a Knick uniform.
I'm not saying you need to blow the guy.
I'm not trying to
I'm
blow.
just
I'm
saying
he's-
I like Jalen better. That's all. Not
he's
saying
on your
I'm-
team.
I know. I'm biased.
He's smarter than anybody on the Celtics.
Who?
Jokic.
Well, duh.
That's my team.
I know.
My favorite player on that team scored 51 on freaking Embiid's head the other night.
I know, but he's
But still,
too many times he's done dumb shit.
Done dumb shit. Jokic, you probably count on one hand the number of dumb plays he made all year.
I mean, I didn't watch him enough. No, you're right. When I watch the guy play, he's
smart.
annoyingly good.
He's smart.
He's annoyingly good.
He's so smart. He's patient. He's really patient.
Yeah.
I'm just.
Well, I mean,
telling you.
he's too slow to be rushed.
But that's the point. He makes you. He's so good. He makes you play at his pace.
Yeah, that's a talent.
That's a talent. And Doncic is like this in Dallas.
Yeah, he
From an
is.
offensive standpoint.
He is.
There's him and Joe. This guy's a far better
There's
defensive
been a
player.
lot of guys throughout the years that when you watch them, they look slow, but yet they get everything they want.
They always get where they need to go.
I feel like Zach Randolph was kind of a guy like that.
Yeah.
Just like you watch him and you're like, how did he fucking get around him?
I don't know.
And they just know how to move.
They're smart.
Good footwork.
When you're smart, the game slows down for you. But
Good
you're,
footwork,
but you react quicker because you already know what to do.
Good instincts,
Yeah.
anticipation.
Jokic has all that in droves, and that's why to me he's.
There it
he
is.
reminds me-
There's his top of the key shot.
yeah.
What's that? 18 feet.
Yeah, yeah.
Easy.
Well, Garnett had that shot too.
Easy money.
Garnett had that shot.
Right, but yeah.
A great shot.
Yeah,
Garnett
you're
was
right.
great from there. I'm not knocking his. I'm just saying he's not the first.
Damn,
one.
Denver's already up 10.
10.
And
Well, they
LA
gotta-
just scored.
They got to defend home court, which to me is key. Not only AD offsetting or at least balancing out Jokic, so he's not the freaking.
They got Schroeder out here. What are they playing? A 3-2? Sorry.
To me, no. To me, the first two games of this series are going to decide the series.
I don't see
I'll
how.
tell you
I don't
why.
see how the Lakers.
I'll tell you why. Because the Lakers won Game 1 of the other two series and got ahead right away, and stole the home court edge. And I want to say they haven't played from behind yet in the playoffs.
The Lakers.
The
haven't?
inside, honey, it's lightning out. Go by on the inside in the garage if you want to. Go. What are you doing? Why is the alarm in my car going off? Well, go. That's all right. It always does that.
Yeah, it just blinks.
It just blinks. It's okay. Nothing's wrong. Anyway, go inside. Love you. She's gonna walk by us on the right, just so you know. That's
The
fine.
Lakers are actually going to
Yeah.
sign a 15-day contract with Double M Mia Miliaccio.
Yes.
Because she can stop a show in
She
its
can
tracks.
stop a show in its tracks, can't
And
she?
then
for
she could
stupid
probably
shit.
stop Jokic.
Yeah.
I don't see the Lakers pulling this out.
No, but what I'm
I
saying,
want them to, but I don't.
What
I
I'm
don't see it.
saying is, well, I said 5 the other day. What I'm saying is,
I know, we
LA's
both
only
did.
LA's only chance is to get one of the first two games.
Mm-hmm.
If Denver
Yeah.
goes up 2-0, it's over.
Oh, hell yeah.
LA's not beating them 4 out of 5.
No.
LA has to steal one of these first two games.
Yeah.
The thing is, in the previous two series, they were able to do it,
Yeah.
and the other teams were playing from behind. What I was alluding to was LA has yet to play from behind in the playoffs. They've been ahead in every series. Ahead or
And they
time.
haven't played a complete team like this.
No,
yet.
they have not. No.
The Nuggets are a complete team.
Yeah.
But you're right. This is very. This
if
game
LA
is way more important for the
Yeah,
Lakers.
Denver can still go. LA
Yeah.
is not. If LA doesn't steal one of the first two, the series is over.
Yeah.
I'll tell you that right now. They're not coming back. They're not beating this team 4 out of 5. I don't give a shit. No way.
Yeah.
So I'm just saying. Now I said on Wednesday I have Denver in 5. I think barring injury or something. I don't know if Murray's playing tonight, but Denver's got the depth to overcome that.
You think so?
Yeah, they do. Denver's deep.
That gives the Lakers a better shot, though.
Yes,
Is
absolutely.
this the live angle or is that a
That's-
replay?
No, that's the top of the whatever. But
That's a cool angle.
It is a cool angle. Denver's up 14, by the way, boys and girls, in the first quarter.
Look at how they're
so-
showing us the game.
And the other thing we were talking about was how the LA bench is devoid of big men. So the problem with Davis matching up on this guy is that what if he gets into foul trouble?
Yeah.
Because he's got to guard him. You have to guard him.
Right.
You can't back off him. You can't. And the thing is, this game has no weaknesses. You can't take a play off. You've got to be on him the second he gets over half court.
And he's guarding you,
Yep.
so you need to go at him. Don't be
Yep.
scared.
He just blocked
But see, yeah, he can't.
Yep, Jokic just stuffed him. And
Davis is going to have to show some better. Oh, that was terrible.
dumb.
Dude, this angle is amazing.
It's kind of amazing, isn't it?
They're showing the game.
It feels like he and I
From
are
a-
sitting on a swing set looking down.
Right.
It's like,
But like you almost don't even see the transition. You see how they switch it? They go from one side to the other. Man, this is a really cool view of the game. I've never.
feels like you're calling the play.
They haven't been doing this in the playoffs, have they?
They do it for like yeah, some angles.
Have they?
Got, yeah,
They're
I've
just
seen
going
it.
back and forth on this over the top.
I've seen TNT do it. Is that Aaron Gordon?
Aaron
right there?
Gordon. Yeah, he's
I mean,
bigger than I
He's
realized,
6'10".
and thick.
Yeah. I mean, Denver's got the horses to run LA out of the gym.
Denver's up 14 right now.
I mean,
Man.
and the thing is, people kept throwing this in Denver's face because LA beat them in 5 games in the bubble 3 years ago. This is the one time Jokic got out of the first round. So Denver remembers this, and they've been wanting this matchup. Denver was people don't know. Denver
was Murray healthy when they won?
No, they didn't have Michael Porter Jr. either. He was out for the whole series. So Denver was undermanned. I'm just telling you right now. Denver was praying to get the Lakers. They really were. No one knows this yet, but it's going to come out. Denver wanted LA. Most people, they wanted them the way they were because they want no excuses when they beat their ass. And they know all about it. Denver's never beaten LA, by the way, in the playoffs. 0-7.
Never.
It's the largest
This is the time.
This is the time. And they've got home court, and they're healthy,
Yeah.
and this is the time.
This is a
So,
series they can win.
Denver
they should.
wanted this matchup. LA did not. LA wanted Phoenix. Tell you right now, they wanted Phoenix because then it's about can Ayton even contain freaking AD, which he couldn't. Okay, and then LeBron and Durant get to have the little square off.
Yeah, so that's Hachimura in the paint scoring. Interesting.
Uchimama.
Uchimama.
So, but I've got Denver in 5. What do you think?
Yeah, I think the same thing. I mean, I don't see how the Lakers can win more than one game. I mean, just look at this.
Denver's
They're
helping.
sending 2 to Jokic.
Yep.
He spins out.
He passes
Somebody
so
cuts
well.
to the middle.
Yep.
The Lakers are just shooting really poorly in this first quarter.
Well, he made that 3, thank God.
Oh,
They're down
yeah.
13.
They needed that.
32-19.
The Lakers have missed a lot of shots.
Now, here's the thing. LA is known for its defense. Denver has 34 points in the first quarter. There's 2.5 minutes to go.
Dude, they're scoring early in the shot clock.
Yeah, LA is known for its defense, and Denver's offense right now is going through them like a hot knife through butter. So if LA can't even contain them on offense, meaning the whole team, they have no shot.
Dude, Anthony Davis needs to go up strong.
So, Emmett, I've got Denver in 5.
Yeah, I think the same.
5.
I think that's what we said the other day, right?
Yeah.
After the
I said
Boston
5. Well, I
game?
said 5. You agree with me. But yeah, I think Denver in 5, 6 tops. But LA's not winning a game in Denver. They're not. Anyway, transitioning to the East, which takes place tomorrow night up in Boston. It's a rematch of last year's conference finals, which was an epic 7-game series. And Jimmy Butler had a shot to take the lead late in the game.
Oh, yeah.
But he was gassed.
Didn't he pull up for a 3 instead of
three.
going all the way
Yeah.
to the rack?
Yep. And went off the
Left it
front,
short.
Left it a little short. And Boston got the rebound and got fouled and actually made their free throws. But we have the rematch now. It's an unlikely rematch because Miami was in the 8th spot for injuries, and Tyler Hero was out. They lost him in the first minute of the first playoff game. So they pretty much did this shorthanded to get this far. They out-executed the Knicks, and they took out Milwaukee. Now, Giannis didn't play in almost 3 games, but still they won. So,
Or should it be?
what's that?
That's season 5.
Season 5.
Celtics in 5.
Season 5? Wow, he's not even going to talk about it.
I'm going to talk about it.
The Celtics, honestly, should, if they didn't learn
We
from,
said the same thing the other day.
if they didn't learn from this Philadelphia series, they're just hopeless. They're utterly hopeless. If they had showed up in Game 1 when Embiid didn't even play, still can't wrap my head around that one. And then Game 5 after that, they crapped themselves, only to come back in Game 6 and look like a different, like somebody else was in the uniform. I don't get it.
Yeah.
But that's the Boston Celtics. So I say 5 based on if they show up because their talent level's that much better. It's not even close.
Yeah.
It's not even close.
There's more of a disparity with their talent level between them and the Heat than
With Philly.
Than with Philly.
Yeah.
So
This is without Tyler Hero.
If they
it's
play
not even-
hard,
how, yeah.
like full effort, I think they wipe.
Jimmy
the floor
Butler
with the
could have a 50-point game and they'd still
They'll
lose.
lose.
They'll still lose because I don't see how they stop Boston.
Heat. No.
I don't see how they stop. They don't match up with them anywhere. Okay, there isn't any spot on the floor where you look at that. Even Jimmy Butler, because if Butler's matched up with Tatum or Brown, it's a wash.
Except the bench, like you said via text today.
Boston's bench.
Not bench. I mean coaches on the bench.
The coach is the one disparity is Spoelstra.
That's the one thing that you look at and go, that is
That's a glaring-
considerably
a one
better
advantage Miami has.
on the Miami.
Yep.
And that could mean something.
Yeah, it could.
But with Boston, to me, it's not about coaching. It's about them deciding to play the way they know they can fucking
That's it.
play.
That's it. It's not even.
So Joe Mazzulla is not winning many games this series.
No.
Because he needs to make sure they're motivated to
That's
play.
his only job.
But really,
Motivate
that's
them. But
fucking on them.
they
Come on.
shouldn't. After what happened, they're wearing that shirt, unfinished business.
Okay. I like
implies-
the playoff theme shirts.
That implies to me that they realized they let one slip away last June, and they have no intention of letting it happen again. That's what I take from that.
Yeah.
Does that mean that's going to happen? No. Okay.
Get punched in the mouth
Because
and things change.
what they don't understand is that when you put words like that on your chest, it's not words; it's a meaning. Like we are not going to tell
It's
you.
not words,
It's not
it's a
words.
meaning.
It's a meaning. We're not going to tell you. We're going to show you. We're not going to tell you we didn't forget last year happened. We're going to remind you every day that we remember that it happened, and we're going to do it with our play, not with a shirt. Okay.
So you don't like the shirts?
No, not where they're concerned, because they don't understand.
I kind of like the.
You don't put on a shirt like that unless you're ready to just knock people, like get Detroit Pistons on people's asses.
So you're saying they should have swept the Hawks and they should have swept the Sixers if they're going to wear a shirt like that.
I've learned that they've learned nothing. The Hawks series should not have gone 6 games. This last one shouldn't have gone 7.
I think the Hawks series was more egregious than the Sixers going 7. The Hawks were an automatic.
Conceivably, yeah, because every team could have held, both teams could have held home court.
Right. I mean,
which
the
would have
Haw-
made
right.
sense
Right.
given the talent.
But that's not exactly what happened.
Yeah, no.
They blew a
Wow,
game
they
in
both
Boston.
blew it. They
Yeah,
both
I mean,
fucking.
Yeah,
just-
that was a strange series.
No, we're stupid. No, we're stupid. No, we're stupid. It's like, that's
Philly
what's
was like, "Oh, you're going to give it to us? We'll take it." Actually, on second thought, you know what? We don't really need it.
No.
You could. Yeah, you guys want to play today? Okay.
Yeah, both teams did that. Game 5 and Game 6. I just don't.
Yeah, but Game 7.
Game 1, the Celtics did it with no Embiid because they didn't take him serious.
Game 7, the Celtics ripped out their heart. That
Game-
was not a no-show by
No,
Philly.
no.
The Celtics went.
I'm telling you, when Harden hit him in the mouth, they drew
Changed the
first
game.
blood. The whole game changed. In fact, a story on ESPN came out by John Tomasi.
Hey,
changed.
John Tomasi,
Yeah.
hey, don't.
Game changed on flagrant foul.
That's what he said?
Yep, that's his highlight, and he explains it. Now, this is 3 days later. You and I have been talking about it since it happened.
We were talking about it in game.
In game.
When it happened.
When it happened. This guy 3 days later, hey, guess what?
I mean, that's.
Well,
that's
I've
the
rewatched
job.
it for the
That's his
5th
job.
time.
So as
That
I
should've
rewatched the game for the 21st time,
I noticed
finally
something.
saw
I
the
noticed
turning
something.
point. No.
Tell me if you saw this. It's just like-
Correct me if I'm wrong.
Am I the only one? The
I
whole
believe
fucking
it was-
world saw it from every angle. It's like, maybe it's me. Maybe it's me. I can just.
When that team saw blood, they circled like sharks, great whites.
Oh my God. It was like they weren't full. They couldn't get full.
They smelled the blood.
They were at one of those corrals, those golden corrals. That's where they were.
The smell of mashed potatoes
Oh,
and
my
gravy.
God. I was
Porkette.
talking about mashed potatoes.
Porkette, mashed potatoes.
Is there a better side
Mashed potatoes?
than
No.
gravy? Oh God.
You mean, did you say then gravy?
No,
or
mashed.
then-
No, with the gravy.
Oh, yeah.
With the gravy.
Dude,
And if it's garlic mashed with the gravy.
mashed potatoes. Now, I don't know if this is technically true,
What?
but whenever I'm asked what my favorite food is, I have responded with mashed potatoes since I was in 5th grade.
I got news for you. I don't think anyone would argue with you.
Some people
They
turn
may
their nose
say
up.
that. Well, that's not my favorite, but I can totally see why you picked that.
Okay. Is that kind of how you are? Is that what you stand? What's your fave?
My favorite.
Favorite food?
It's a toss up between lasagna
Okay.
and swordfish on the grill.
Oh, swordfish.
On the grill, marinated. It's fucking phenomenal.
Well,
Oh my God, it's unreal.
somebody is an expensive date, folks. Okay? You take this motherfucker out, you're buying swordfish and caviar. Okay?
Not down here, you're not.
Get your goddamn
Down
wallet
here,
ready.
it's crab legs and cohort. What's the other one? Crab legs and what? What's the other one? Big dish.
catfish?
Catfish.
No.
Crab legs and cat in Virginia.
No, people don't eat crab legs and catfish, do they?
Yeah, every time that's the big seafood dish down here is crab legs or catfish. That's true. And by the way,
Oh, okay, so you're
by the
saying
way, I've
down
had
there,
the
what do people
catfish
eat?
and it is good.
I mean, catfish is
good.
fine.
It's
Fried
good.
catfish. Any fried fish I love.
Yeah, that's true.
Anything fried. You can fry my finger.
Oh, God. Fisherman's platters. What they're
Fried my
wonderful.
finger.
Everything's fried. in
Dude,
Fisherman's
fried clams to me.
Oh,
A real
all
fried
day.
clam that's like creamy.
yes.
Oh my God.
The bites there and the crunch, the
man.
creaminess and the
Oh,
crunch.
God.
You can't beat when the creamy and the crunch combine.
And it's natural
Yeah.
cream.
Yes.
It's not like somebody stuffed mayonnaise
And
in
the
it.
crunch is legit too.
Oh, yeah.
It's like the
'Cause you put
perfect.
the fish fry on
Yeah.
it. You get it real breaded up.
Oh, the
And then
person
it's
who
just-
came up with that, I hope he's got a seat at the right hand of the Father. Because honestly, that man, pure gold.
Really?
Pure gold.
I mean, you get
Pure
a po' boy,
gold.
you get a fried oyster
Pure
po'
gold.
boy.
Yes.
And every time you bite into it, that oyster goes.
The crunch and the
cow.
cream right meeting at the same. Oh my God! It's not even. I'm telling you.
So you can
It's
cut
like-
this video up about us talking about the crunch and the cream, and edit it and make us look pretty. Be like, what were they talking about on their show last
Into
night?
the,
You see like a clip on TikTok. What are these guys talking about? Crunchy cream.
when they're on their game, I think Jaylen Brown and Jay Stanham are the crunch and the cream. That's what they are. When they're both on their game together, that's what they're like. The crunch and the cream.
Crunchity.
There you go. Bringing it back to basketball.
How the hell did we get to fried
don't-
fish? From mashed potatoes.
Yes. What was before mashed potatoes?
What
drove us to
what
mashed
drove
potatoes?
us to mashed potatoes?
I don't remember. How did we get there? How did we get there,
How
World?
did we get to the favorite food?
No, mashed potatoes. Basketball had something to do with it. But where was the segue?
There must have
When-
been no segue.
You don't think so?
None.
We're gonna go back and watch this tape. We'll kind of laugh.
We're gonna say it was at that point the game turned. Okay,
amazing when you-
so it started with that guy writing the article,
Tomasi.
Tomasi.
Yes.
That's where it
That's
started.
where it turned.
Okay, so I
Yeah.
started to work backwards.
Okay,
now
turned.
let's move forward.
All right. So Tomasi saying
3 days after.
3 days after the fact, saying that fuck, and the whole world's seen the replay 50,000 times. Finally goes public and goes, aha! It's like, so, and anybody reading that going, yeah, that was 72 hours ago. That story's been talked about a half a dozen times already. Where the fuck have you been?
You sure he wrote it 4 days late?
It was today. I read it.
Oh, it's
It was ESPN today.
Put your pen to the.
It's like-
what is this person doing?
I don't know. This person fell asleep.
They fell asleep in- Okay, so to explain, sorry, Tomasi, we'll get back to you. Right now, we have my phone, which is fairly small.
It is
I'm
at the
ashamed
moment.
to say.
When it was this way,
Do you have TikTok on your iPad? Because we could do that.
I don't think I do.
But we are watching my phone, which is displaying somebody on TikTok Live
Yeah.
recording their
I can-
TV, which is playing the Nuggets Lakers game. As the Lakers, I almost said the Nakeds.
The naked.
The Nakeds.
What the hell does that even mean? The naked.
As the Lakers get drubbed,
Rubbed thoroughly.
slapped
rubbed.
around.
Do I have TikTok?
It's all right. This is fine. We're not even looking at it.
We're not. Anyway, so I've got Boston in 5, based on. I'm hoping that this is where they finally mentally turn the corner, look back at that Phillies series, and goes, we got to stop shooting ourselves in the foot and just take care of business. If we're the better team. Don't fuck around. Don't take them lightly, obviously, but put them down. Don't give them a chance to breathe. And I'm hoping that, given they damn near, and Tatum alluded to it, the season almost went down in Game 6. They had us. Tatum said this. I thought they had us. They went up 2. The crowd was going crazy. Fourth quarter.
Tatum said that?
Yeah, I thought our season was hanging in there, but thank God I finally woke up. And
That's cool that
he said, I thought they had us for a minute there, and he was like, so that's how close they came. And then they show up in Game 7, they throttle them by 30. With everything on the line, like, all right, where the fuck was that in Game 5? You know what I mean? So
a lot of championship runs have those moments where you almost lose it.
yeah,
know,
every team has a moment.
It's hard
where
to
it
go
could one way.
unscathed, you know?
It could go one way. In that moment, they do the right thing and
Yeah.
turn it that way.
And
And
it's like it was at that moment.
yeah, when everything when you realize the gong went off, right?
And I think if they win the championship, it's
Game-
going to be because of Game
6.
6 when that switch turned on and they never
Yeah,
turned it off.
They never turned it off.
Because now's the time where you can't turn it off anymore.
No.
Because it will cost you.
Any one of these teams can win the championship. If you give them an avenue, a chance to do it, they will do it.
Miami is way more mature
Yep.
and smarter than Philly.
If you think about it, Miami has more experience than any of the other teams in the
Exactly.
in the finals.
So while the talent disparity is more, the knowing how to play the game is way higher for Miami. So if you sleepwalk,
If
they'll say thanks.
If you look at the four coaches left, Eric Spoelstra has more experience than the other three put together. If you think of it, Darvin Ham, first year Laker coach. Okay, the guy for Denver, I think this is year 2 or 3 for him. No one knows
I don't even know his name.
No one knows his damn name. Okay, but he's never been out of the first round really.
And
So-
Missoula, 34,
Missoula,
first
this
job,
is his first year.
thrown into it.
Yeah, thrown into it. So Eric Spoelstra has a lifetime of experience over these guys, and he's got a home run hitter. And if you let that kid breathe, he can kill you. Yeah. So the Celtics and they know what he's capable of. He did it to him last year. So Boston needs to start with defense. That sets at the table for them. It's their staple is defense.
Yeah.
They need to bring it, and you said it on the preview, like they got to start on that end. When they play defense.
Yeah, my God. Once they made that decision against Philly.
To start the
Goodbye.
Time Lord, that was like it set the whole, it changed the tone. And you know what? It told the team, because now you got Smart and him and line together, like, we're defense. It just changed the mindset. Forget offense and threes. We're going to lock these sons of bitches down.
And they had Horford and Time Lord in there, too.
Yeah. At the same time, when they made the run last year, that was the starting lineup that he had in Game 6 and Game 7.
If they show up like Bam Adebayo won't be able to do a goddamn thing.
No.
If you can shut down Joel Embiid, and I know they're different style players.
Yeah, they are. The key to shutting down Adebayo, believe it or not, and you're going to laugh when I say this, but when you think about where he makes his bones, it's boxing out.
Yeah.
If you keep him off the offensive glass, you really limit his impact. He kills teams when he gets second and third for the team. That's when he breaks their back. Or he comes in, he flies in off rebound and jams it on somebody's head. Yeah. That's the kind of shit he's doing. And by the way, there's a talent to that. That's not something just anybody can do. Adebayo, he's very good at it. Yeah. And Boston needs to recognize this and go, look, he's not going to beat us with his three-point shooting, but he will beat us off the glass if we let him get in there.
Whenever you see him, put your body on his ass.
And it's going to fall. And the Celtics like to switch everything. Tatum's going to be on him. Whoever is got to keep him out of the paint. Don't look at the ball. Just back his ass. I don't care if you both go to the ground. He does not get near the rim.
Yeah.
Because he can fuck up a game, and I've seen him do it. Just getting 5-6 offensive rebounds in one half. I've seen him do it. Yeah. I've seen him do it.
Well, you know what I see happening so much, and I saw this with the Knicks. I don't watch Boston enough to know, but it's like boxing out happens before the shot goes up.
It's supposed to.
When you're on the other side of the court and you can see a guy in ISO about to shoot, you don't just stand there and let your man walk into the paint. At that point, you can start bodying him out of the paint. Because if you wait, he's by you, and then the shot goes up, and you're out of position.
You know what you never hear at the NBA level, but they stress the shit out of this in high school and college? You never hear the guy closing out on the shot yelling "shot" when it goes up to tell his teammates ball's in the air.
But most of his teammates have their back to their man and are watching the ball in the air.
But there are ones that aren't. They get caught on a screen, their back is turned, they see nothing, and the guy's right there, but he doesn't think the box out because he doesn't know the ball's in the air. That happens too.
Yeah, you got to communicate.
But the high school, you heard this at JV level. They're talking. When the ball's up, you yell "shot." You're contesting, so your whole team knows "shot." Hey, the ball's up, box out, because that's the trigger. Because if your back is turned, you're running around off a screen. You're not looking for the ball in there. You're trying to fight through a screen or something, or switch this, whatever you're doing. But you're not watching it. And all of a sudden, that's the guy telling "shot." And everybody knows to box out. You never hear a player do that at the NBA level. I've never heard it. I've never heard a player do it. I heard it college. Oh yeah, all the time. High school, all the time. College, pro, never hear it. And that's communication, because part of defense is communication. So, in any event, that's how Bam can hurt the Celtics. So they keep him off the glass.
This is the Lakers.
Getting slapped.
The Nuggets are just.
Yep. It's like the first Rocky Apollo fight.
Yeah.
Which is.
Yeah, he wouldn't have been living with the shots he was taking.
He should have had brain damage by the seventh round in the first fight.
Oh, my God.
And the second fight was even bloodier, because you know how it's always going to be bloodier in the sequel, right? And it was. Rocky 2 was bloodier. I mean, he looked like he got hit with baseball bats, what it looked like. But the point is that that's the Lakers right now with Denver.
Yeah.
So,
Slap
anyway,
you
I've
on
got
this.
Boston in 5. You've got them in 5 also.
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
So we both got Denver in 5 or 6. You said 6.
But, no, I didn't say 6 for Denver.
What'd you say? 5?
I said 5.
Okay.
So I could actually. So today
I said Denver in 6.
You said Denver in 6?
I did. I think LA will win the first two at home. But then Denver's going to beat home in Game 5. They're going to close it out in LA in 6.
Oh, I thought you said 5.
No, I said 6. I said the Celtics in 5.
No, we both said 5 for the previous one.
For the
It's
Celtics?
fine. No,
I said 6.
for the Nuggets. We both said 5.
No, I said 6.
You said the Lakers wouldn't win a game in Denver.
The Lakers are going to win their 2 at home, the first 2. But then Denver's going to take it and take
I think
5.
you changed your answer, but that's
No,
okay. I don't care.
I literally just said this. LA's going to take the first 2 at home and tie it up at 2-2. And then Denver's going to win Game 5, and then Denver's going to close it out in 6.
We're gonna
That's what I think.
rewind the tape. He said 5.
I think 6. I was thinking 6.
Okay. So
I said I understand people. I said I understand people picking 5 because from a talent perspective, that's the disparity.
You
But
picked
I said
5.
no. I think the LA will win 2 at home.
Okay. All right, but you changed.
I'm not saying I. I said I understand if you want to pick it.
I can't wait to go back.
I think 6 because LA's going to win the. We'll go back. We're going to go back because now he's pissing me off. We'll go back.
No, but I respect it. Okay, you're
'Cause
saying 6.
I was thinking
So
6.
I was actually just about to make a statement about the Celtics Heat.
Okay.
And I don't think I'm going to change it, but there is part of me that's starting to hear that voice in my head. It's called RJ, talking about what the Celtics are capable of
But then what they do
in terms of no
really?
showing
Yes,
mentally.
they are capable.
So-
fully capable.
So that is, today I was walking around in my house and I just had that thought like, I might see Miami winning 2 because of that. I could see that happening.
Sure.
But I'm going to stick with 5 because we're talking about Game 6 and the light switch turning on.
We think.
We're talking about how in Game 7 that all sprang from their defense.
Yeah.
It wasn't just like, oh, we got hot from 3.
No, it started with the
we
defense.
locked them down.
Yeah, that's where.
So that's a really good sign.
Yeah.
And then what we talked about before we were on air, Jimmy,
buckets.
I love my buckets,
Saying that.
talking shit already.
Yeah. See, that to me is the thing.
That's another thing.
Jimmy, if that doesn't piss the Celtics off, because the thing about when Jaylen Brown got hit in the mouth, the Celtics got pissed off. It wasn't some magical speech in the huddle by Mazzulla. It wasn't like one of those Herb Brooks moments. It wasn't that shit.
in-game moment.
It was they saw blood and they fucking doomed that switch went off like. Oh, you motherfucker! You think you're gonna get
You motherfucker.
You motherfuckers! Oh no, you! That's when everything went like, oh, you know what?
Oh,
Fuck
no,
you!
you did.
Jaylen Brown, they were like, fuck you! Just like they didn't. Go, oh, you're in the paint beat. I don't care. I'm coming to the basket anyway. Fuck you!
Yeah.
That's what that was. That was a fuck you moment. Okay, and now Jimmy Butler putting this in the press, that should piss them off.
And Miami does little things like
I'll tell
that,
you,
like
Lowry,
elbows, steps on,
I don't
puts
wanna-
their foot under the landing point.
I don't usually wish harm physically on athletes. Like I don't want to see something. I want to watch them play. Usually, but there are 2 exceptions. Actually, there are 3.
Lakers 5-0.
There are 3. The first one in my life was Bill Laimbeer, obviously. The second one was Draymond Green. The third one is Kyle Lowry. If they got hurt, I would not shed a tear. I would not, because they're so fucking dirty, and the shit they pull, it's like you can't have any sympathy for them because they know what they're doing. They know what they're fucking doing. I watched Lowry do it against the Knicks. He did it against the Celtics. I'm like, he's a dirty ass motherfucker. And the thing about him is, it's like Laimbeer. When Laimbeer was just playing the game, he's a good ball player. Same thing with Lowry, but you gotta fucking louse it up with all this shit because you think that's the best way. It's dirty. There's competitive, there's physical, and there's dirty.
Yeah, I didn't like a
can't-
lot of the antics that not just Lowry, but Lowry's the leader.
He's the ringleader.
He's
the ringleader.
Well, he's the best at it.
Yeah. Well, he's also the veteran.
But there were other guys on that team closing out Jalen Brunson, sticking their foot under his landing spot.
that's bullshit.
Closing out
'Cause they
and
know that
extend-
rule is there.
Exactly. And they
don't
didn't
care.
give a shit.
They didn't give a shit.
Because if we can get this guy hurt,
Yeah. Or
that's
get him
better.
thinking about it, because it's
Right.
all about getting in his head.
Right. That's better.
Because then,
So, but here's the thing: if they pull that shit on Boston, we've seen now Boston
gets
mad.
Boston
They can
actually.
get mad.
I never thought I'd see Jason
Which is
Tatum
great.
get mad before.
Right.
Jason Tatum turned around at one point going, "This is my fucking shit." Like I've never seen Jason Tatum do anything like that. He was mad. He stopped crying in his fucking cereal. He got mad. For the first time I saw that kid get mad, and it was fucking beautiful because he fucking like, "Fuck you, Embiid. Fuck you." He scored. Ready for this? By the way, Joel, I know you're gonna see this. Let's talk about the word kryptonite, Joel. In Game 7, when they matched up head-to-head and beat on Tatum, Tatum was 8 for 10, 24 points.
Embiid should be nowhere near
He
him.
should be and he took a shit on
He should be
Embiid's.
nowhere
He
near
took a
him.
shit on Embiid's head.
But you can't expect Embiid to guard him.
He tried to.
Why?
You would have found after the first 3 and said, "I'm not guarding him
Embiid
again."
was on him
10
possessions?
times. 10 times. And Tatum was 8 for 10 for 24 points. That's disgusting.
I guess some possessions could have ended in a pass or.
He scored 24 points on him in 10 possessions because he hit threes. Remember, he hit like 4 threes in his face. And he just right in his face. And then he turned at one point and goes, "This is my shit." Like
Some of those
fuck
step
him.
back threes.
Oh, yeah.
It was good defense on a lot
I'm
of
saying it didn't matter. He was
Once
mad.
once he
And
was
by the
lit
way,
up.
You know how we talked about how he started by going to the basket first?
Mm-hmm.
They showed this on ESPN today. Literally the first 8 possessions, they were all layups and dunks. Then he took a pull-up
Dude,
jump
that
shot.
one where he crossed over and then freaking yoked
Flushed
on him.
it. Yeah, he
And
left,
we were
and it was
yelling.
Embiid.
Yes.
He left Embiid standing there. I'm like, well, that's what he should do. Yeah. I'm like, Jason Tatum was not fucking around on Sunday. And it was the first time I saw him get mad. I think
Ooh, Anthony Davis blocking Jokic.
there you go. I didn't think Jason Tatum had a mean bone in his whole body. Because you hear him talk even after losses, and I'm like, who are you?
Oh my God! You gotta finish that.
You know, but the first time he got mad.
It was nice.
It was nice to see.
Seemed like the
I didn't
whole
think he-
team fed off of it.
They did, because they probably weren't used to it either. Like, oh shit, this dude's pissed off today. Holy shit, look at that. Hey.
Yeah.
I mean, but it started on defense, to Tommy's point, and that's their staple. And if they're going to take care of business, they have to come with that mentality.
Yeah.
No matter what Jimmy Butler says, fuck him. He's one guy. I mean, Jimmy Butler, we talk about this. He could score 50, and they could still lose by double digits to the Celtics.
Yeah.
Because the Celtics could shut everybody else
Right.
down.
If the Celtics are playing defense, rotating the way they were rotating,
Yeah.
I mean, playing the pick and roll the way they were playing it.
I mean, if they could hold
5 games.
if they could hold Philly to 80 something points in 3 playoff games with all of their weapons, what could they do to Miami, who's devoid of weapons?
Right.
If they lock in like they did against Philly.
Let
about
Jimmy Butler score.
Yeah, fuck him.
Don't send
Don't
double
double
teams.
him.
You don't have to double
No,
him.
you don't, because you could throw bodies in him.
Exactly.
Tatum, Brown,
Brogdon,
Marcus Smart,
Brogdon,
Derek White. Derek White, think about this. Derek White was all NBA defensive second team this year. Derek White. No one's even talking about it. They are so
What
deep.
is he, their 7th man?
Yeah. And then the guy who's in front of him, Marcus Smart, is the reigning defensive player of the year.
Brogdon plays D2, right?
Yeah, they all do. They all do. All of them. Jaylen Brown locked up hard in 3 games. I mean, they literally, when they want to get after you, they can get after you
That's
like
great.
nobody else can.
Yeah,
That's why I get mad. Like, where is that mentality? You could sweep. They could fucking sweep teams if they went like did that.
The more I think about it, man, they can sweep this thing.
They can. I'm saying 5. I think Miami gets 1.
I know. Which
If
makes
they
sense
bring
because
that mentality.
Miami has enough experience to get 2, really.
But I'll tell you now, that letter that he put out saying they're gonna, if that doesn't piss them off, nothing will.
Man, the Celtics could sweep these fuckers.
The Celtics beat them in last year to go to the finals, and they were the number
7.
They were the
Last 7 games.
in 7 games, and they won Game 7 on Miami's floor, and Miami's still talking like that. They won Game 7 on your floor.
Game 7. Did they have Tyler Hero?
Boston puked up Game 6, and he went to 7.
They went to Miami and won.
Yeah, Boston won Game 7 on the road in Miami, so Miami was a higher seed.
Beautiful.
So my point is that if Boston gets mad and shows up, I don't know how Miami, they're going to have a hard time breaking 80. And Butler could get 50. I don't know if the rest of the team can get 30. If the Celtics lock up,
Well, yeah, I mean, you think
the
about
way
it.
they're capable
they've
of
got
locking up.
Gabe Vincent.
Duncan is the one who worries me. The shooter.
Who?
Duncan.
Oh,
is
Duncan
the-
Robinson.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
He always has big games.
But to me,
and Lowry,
but
because of his bullshit.
But to me, this is a team you should not have to be doing a lot of helping.
No, you're right.
You know what I'm saying? Like
Jaylen Brown can stay with Jimmy Butler all by
Exactly.
himself.
So can Jason Tatum.
So can Tatum.
So could Marcus Smart.
Yep.
And Brogdon, I think, is big enough.
Derek
to
White.
Derek White.
Derek White's 6'4.5".
Right.
He's big enough.
So
I mean,
the only chance Miami has is if you do what the Knicks did, and every time Jimmy Butler drives the lane, you throw three guys
at him.
There's no need to do that.
Yep. And Miami can shoot if you leave them open.
Right.
So Boston would be wise to not do that.
Just D up, and this series is over.
I mean, the Knicks didn't have a guy outside of maybe Obi Toppin who could stay in front of him. Boston has 4 or 5 guys that can stay in front of him. They can literally just rear him out and run bodies.
I mean, Josh Hart did okay.
He did when he was locked in, but the Celtics got 4 guys they can throw at him.
Yeah,
think about
easy.
It. Brown, Tatum, Smart, and fucking Derek White, who was defensive second team this year. 4 guys, and then there's Brogdon, who's 5th. They can literally just wear him the fuck out.
Brogdon, they'd be like, all right, could you guard him?
Yeah, they literally could switch off on every play if they wanted to, and they all get a rest.
They could switch.
Yeah, nobody helps. Shut the other 4 guys down and box out Adebayo. Just keep Adebayo off the box.
Yeah, I mean, you really could switch screens. The only tough ones would be when Bam comes up. But I feel like Time Lord is athletic enough to kind of maneuver that pick and roll.
He is.
You know,
he is, and he's healthy by knock on wood.
You just don't want like Marcus Smart switching off on Bam.
No.
So you really need Time
But Marcus Smart was bodying up Embiid in the post, and Bam.
That's sad.
And Bam, but he did it.
I know, but remember when that ball came in and he had Marcus Smart on him and he tapped it to the corner and I said, no, catch that ball and dunk it on fucking Marcus Smart.
He couldn't. Smart was low.
But remember, you were like, well, it was the right play, and I'm like, I know, but. Yeah, he got a kid on him. It looked like.
Was it because the double team came down?
Yeah, well, the double team was coming, but remember you were like, yeah, but he could probably have turned and dunked before that.
Could have shot it if he went quickly.
Right.
Yeah,
just catch it.
But is that general awareness though? Lack of it? Because how do you not know Marcus Smart is on your back?
Right.
Because first of all, you know you're getting hit.
It's either lack of awareness or just. Yeah, it's got to be lack of awareness.
It's lack of awareness.
Because Embiid's smart enough to know he could dunk on Marcus Smart under the rim.
The pure post players, and again, he's still not a pure post player. Embiid, even though he's big. He can play down there, but that's not what he's known for.
He's got a pretty good game down there.
No, he does, but he's not known for it. That's not his staple. Like
he's more like elbow, free throw line guy.
He's that mid-range game for a big man, and then he can
drive.
Yeah, his strength is about 15 feet out, but he can hit the 3 and he can post up. He can do all 3, but that's his strength. Like great post players like Olajuwon, Mikhail, Jabbar, they like block. That was the thing. If they got you on the block, it was over. And they knew if they got you there, they weren't passing. They were not passing. They were going to destroy the man who was guarding him.
Especially if a shooting guard is
Karl Malone was
if a shooting guard was guarding one of those guys.
Yeah, no, all day. They're not passing on.
They would have taken one step.
The double team wouldn't get a chance to get there because they know they're going the second they catch it because the guy can't stop them.
Yeah.
So Embiid doesn't seem to, for whatever, because he didn't do it at all. He had him down there a couple times. He didn't do it.
Yeah, that's weird. But then he played that game against Jokic this year where he dominated Jokic. But it was, I guess, to your point, it was in that way that you're talking about.
Yeah, he took him on the perimeter where Jokic is not as quick as him.
Bring him out a little bit, he goes by.
Yeah, he outquicked him because he's going to outquick Jokic. He's quicker. That's Jokic's
He's also
weakness.
big and strong. Embiid is big.
He's 7 feet, 7'1".
He's
7'1", 280.
He's one of those guys that looks completely filled out.
He's Moses Malone. But Moses was tougher.
Moses Malone went to high school about 40 minutes from
Moses Malone is a 3-time league MVP.
Did you know he went to Petersburg High School?
Yeah, you told me that before.
Yeah. I used to cover basketball at Petersburg High School.
And Moses Malone is one of the all-time great centers that no one talks about.
I never saw him play.
He beat Jabbar in the finals.
He split the Red Sea, and then he dunked on fucking
Moses
Dr. J.
Malone was a bad mofo. That 83 Philadelphia team is one of the greatest teams ever, trust me. Anyway, that's going to do it for segment 1. We'll come back.
Hold on, there's more.
There is?
What about Embiid after the game?
About what he throwing his team under the bus?
Throwing his team under the bus. Kind of what I felt like was making fun of Giannis. Maybe I interpreted that wrong.
I don't know. I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm not sure. I can see why you think that.
But the way he said it, he was kind of was like, what did somebody say? It's a step to success.
Yeah.
And he smirked and he didn't.
You said losing sucks.
What?
He said losing sucks. It's a failure if you don't win the championship.
So you think he was making fun of Giannis because he's like, dude,
I
this
just
ain't
don't
fucking
think,
learning. This is annoying.
Yeah, I just don't think he agrees with it.
Okay.
So,
all right. So maybe. So if that's the case, if he's
and I don't agree with what Giannis said either. Personally, I understand why he said it, but that's not my mentality. You're either first or you're last.
Sure.
And if you didn't get there, your season's and you're
Okay.
especially when you're expected to get there, your season.
So then I can rethink that because if it's more of a like, look, I have a philosophy difference with that or a philosophical difference with
I'm
that.
talking about from a competitive standpoint. If you're a competitor,
Yeah.
it's championship or bust every fucking year.
Yeah.
And if you're a league MVP, that should be your mentality. Giannis is a league MVP candidate every year. He will
So
be.
if he disagrees with that, why did he say it, acting as if he believed it? Like to me, it was like you. Took
I
a
think
shot at
Giannis believes it.
No.
Oh, the other guy.
I'm talking about Embiid said it. If Embiid doesn't believe
I
it,
think-
why is he dropping that?
I
Are you
think-
just trying to throw shade?
I think he just disagrees with it. He's like, I don't believe in that philosophy.
But he didn't say that.
No.
He said it and smiled.
What he said was, if you lose, it's a failure. There's no learning. It's a failure.
I thought he quoted Giannis.
The quote I saw was, if you don't win the championship every year, or if you're not, it's a failure.
But
It's
then
a
why
fact.
did he bring up Giannis's quote?
Did he say Giannis's name
No, he said, "What did somebody recently say?"
about?
He asked the question. He goes, "What did somebody recently say?" It's
not
a
a
step.
fa-
It's steps to
stepping- yeah.
steps to success.
Yeah.
So he said it. Then he smiled. He went,
I
Like-
agree with it.
but he didn't say that.
No, he said it fucking sucks. There's no learning and losing.
That's not
Kind of
true,
what he
though.
said. I disagree with that thought of it, but I'm saying there's no more.
definitely.
I'm just saying
If there's no
if
learning
you're-
and losing, then
what
yeah,
I'm saying is
you will hate losing.
because Giannis brought up Michael Jordan, saying with those 9 years of failure, I bet you if you asked Michael Jordan that question, Michael Jordan would say, "Yeah, it was." That's why I got fucking 6 of them and you got 1. Because every year to me, if I didn't win the championship, it was a fucking failure. And by the way, every time I failed, I worked even harder. I worked to come back even better. That's why he's Michael Jordan. That's why Tom Brady's Tom Brady. Because that's what they play for, and nothing else fucking matters.
Yeah, I've never had that mentality.
No, but well, think about this. One guy who's dead, God rest his soul, 11. One guy back there got 7. One guy got 6. How often does this happen? There aren't many people built like that or wired like that. I'll be the first to tell you that. Okay?
One got 6,
But
one got 7.
Jordan has 6. Brady has 7. Russell has 11. Those are the three. Jabbar had 6. Magic 5. I mean, there are guys. Kobe 5. Shaq 4. I mean, there are guys that will tell you. And Shaq said it on TNT because when right after Giannis, TNT went over that statement, and Ernie Johnson's going, "Oh my God, praise all! I love it. This is beautiful. America needs to hear this." And Shaq's just sitting there going like this.
Really?
Yep. Shaq goes, "Nope. Nope." I understand. He goes, "Look, I understand where Giannis is coming from, but
That's not how I think.
But that's not how I think. If I don't win the championship, the year was a failure."
Yeah. See, I can't.
And Michael
live like
Jordan
that.
thought that way too, and Bird was like that, and Magic was. They were all the greats are like that.
Yeah.
But that's why they're great
Yeah.
because they're not going to be happy with
That's
a
why
56
they're. That's
win.
why they're assholes.
That's why
too.
they're no, but they're. I don't care.
I know. No, I know. I'm saying because. To
Would you
me-
rather be known as an icon, who's an asshole, or just an asshole?
No, that's not what I'm
I'd rather
saying.
be known as an icon. You know why he's an icon?
I'm saying,
He's
I'm
an
saying
asshole.
I'd rather be known differently than that. So I will never be an icon because I don't have that asshole. I have that asshole in me, but I don't enjoy doing
in a
that.
competitive forum, and Herb Brooks was an asshole too, by the way.
But to me, it goes
Yeah.
beyond a competitive. In order for you to be like that in a competitive forum,
You have
you're
to-
like that in every forum.
Yeah, I would agree with
The
that.
only way to be a Tom Brady, like
Yeah.
you're not just
You're
like,
just a
oh,
born-
when I play sports, I'm really competitive. No,
No.
you're competitive when you brush your fucking teeth.
Yeah.
You're competitive when you eat.
Yeah, they
It's
used to talk about
all-
how Larry Bird, they'd have Larry hated to lose at ping pong or cards, and Michael Jordan would do all these anything from losing anything. Hated it.
Well, remember them showing him flipping the coins with
Yeah.
the security guards
Yeah.
in
Yep.
The Last Dance,
They're
and he, was,
betting.
and he was pissed because the security
Guys
guard,
win one.
like if you whoever's quarter's closer to the wall
Yeah.
without touching it.
Yep.
Remember that?
Yeah, that's how
And
competitive.
George's
he was.
walking out of the room like,
Swear.
fuck this.
Yeah, he owes them like 60 grand, whatever. Fucking
No.
idiot. No, they play for money.
Lakers are getting smoked.
But anyway, the bottom line is, like, that's why those guys are who they are.
Okay, but I will just
So-
say this: if you're saying that it,
I'm saying Giannis is a
Embiid
great
was saying,
player.
look, it's a mentality difference, and maybe that's why he was kind of making fun of
Yeah.
it because he's like,
It's like,
this
I
shit,
can't.
this shit is not learning for me right now.
No.
This feels like shit.
Because they've been to the second round 3 straight years and not gotten past it.
Well, at that point,
So
the lesson you need to learn is maybe those players aren't going to get you there.
maybe that's what he's saying.
Yeah.
Maybe that's why he threw his team under the bus. Maybe he's telling management this shit ain't good enough.
But him saying me and James can't win it. James has been on teams with plenty of guys that could have won and hasn't won. So I don't like including James in that. I don't even like including him in
James
that.
Harden?
Yeah.
James Harden is a known loser.
That's my point. So for him to throw everyone else under the bus when
And
Embiid's
when
never
you-
done it, Embiid hasn't gotten past the
When you look
semis.
at the guys that James Harden has played with,
Right. But that's what I'm saying. Like, don't point to him as if you should be saying me and Maxey can't win without.
I don't
doing
know
it.
how many guys that were league MVP had multiple teammates that were also league MVP. The only one I know in my lifetime was Magic Johnson because he had Jabbar, which is why I was telling people that Bird was better than Magic because Magic had a 6-time MVP on his team. But as great as Parrish and McHale, where you put them together, you don't have Jabbar. So that's how great Jabbar was. It took LeBron James. Jabbar had that record for 40-something years, the all-time scoring record. That was Magic's teammate.
Did that happen with Kobe and Shaq? Did Shaq win any MVPs?
He won one league MVP. Yeah, Kobe and Shaq.
So Kobe and Shaq
Where actually but Kobe didn't win until after Shaq was gone.
Okay.
Shaq,
Which makes a difference because he was
so
still
he was only at that point.
he
Yeah,
was still on the come up.
but the bottom line is, James Harden has had multiple league MVPs as teammates, and he hasn't won a fucking title. What does that tell you?
Well, according to Joel Embiid, him and James can't do it by themselves.
I don't think him and James can do it. Period. I don't think the coach matters. By the way, Doc Rivers got fired today.
Did he?
Yeah, you know about that?
I didn't see that.
Doc Rivers got fired today. That fucking team. They brought Harden in at mid-season. What'd you think? The Celtics. By the way,
I thought he got a lot out of Harden.
How do you fire a guy who takes a team 7 games that everybody outside of Philly picked to beat you?
Yeah.
Everybody picked Boston in 6 or 7 games. Philly won 2 games.
Well, you
in
know what they're
Boston.
falling into the trap of. Well, you were up 3-1. You should have won.
No, Boston was
That's
the better
not.
team.
Yeah, that's not how it works.
Boston was the better team all along.
They could have won.
Boston had won 9 of the last 10 meetings going into the playoff series.
Yeah.
And Embiid averaged 34 points a game, and they were 1-9.
I thought Rivers
like-
got a lot out of Harden.
He did.
When you think about what Harden did
Yep.
for them versus
Yep.
what he did for the Nets,
Yep.
that's got to have a little something to do
Harden
with
had
with
2
Rivers
40-point games in that
series.
So
But his other games,
Boston focused on him and
Right.
locked him down. Jaylen Brown, got news for you. That kid's Pelicans better max contract his ass quick. That dude's worth every penny.
God, they cannot cut this lead.
So no, because Denver knows the importance of this game.
Denver's getting so many shots under the basket.
and
it's
LA's not
unreal.
boxing out, and Denver's a big team up front. Is that Michael Porter Jr.? Look, there's Jokic again.
Oh,
He pushed him?
That was a flop.
He pushed him. No, it
was
wasn't.
a
Look at
flop.
LeBron screaming. But anyway, that's why.
Might as well just go till halftime.
Yeah, well, what time? 47 seconds? All right, we'll stay there 47 seconds. But anyway, LA right now, it's 66-51 Denver. LA has not stopped Denver's offense yet. So,
I'm actually surprised it's still this close.
well, LA can score. Denver's not a lockdown defensive team. Let's be clear about that.
I know, but it
the
just-
reason I give Boston an edge against Denver is Denver can't lock you down. They outscore
Yeah.
you. It's not like they can't play any defense, but that's not their staple.
Well, I guess the Lakers were shooting so poorly early on, it seemed.
But
I thought they were going to get.
the thing is,
blown
LA's
out of it.
been known for their defense now because of all the changes at the deadline. They went from a team that couldn't defend to a team that could now defend you.
Well, I mean, they're about to give up 70.
That's
in
what
the
I'm saying.
first
They're
half.
not stopping. This is strength on strength, and Denver right now is mashing them. So Denver doesn't have to really stop them because LA can't stop
Right.
Denver.
Well, yeah, and once you're up 20.
Yeah, now LA's going to jack threes, which plays right into Denver's hands, and they'll steamroll them.
Yeah.
But LA's strength was defense, and so far that hasn't shown up. So that's why Denver's flirting with his points, 70 points in the first half. LA didn't allow anybody in the other 2 series 70 points in a half. I can promise you that. Not Golden State.
lot of points.
That's a lot of points in a half, and they're flirting with it right now, Denver.
That's probably the most in a half since they dropped 80 on the fucking Suns
Yeah,
in Game 6.
yeah. Denver did that to
Ugh.
Phoenix, who plays worse defense.
That was embarrassing.
Yeah. So it's 68-54.
They could go 70 or 71.
Yeah, right here. And Jokic is in the post. Now, is that Davis on him?
That's Davis.
All right, well, here you go.
Man, with 30.
See, I love how he's unselfish. Yep, 70. He basically set a pick and a pass
And
at the
Murray.
same time. Murray's playing.
Yeah.
There you go. So, yeah, 70. They've hung 70 on LA in the first half.
Up 16. LA's got a shot to pull within 13 or 14.
LeBron, here we go. Here comes hero
Or
ball.
15 if there's a foul and a missed free throw.
There's a corner kick. Oh, my
God.
God.
D'Angelo Russell with the air
It's still
ball.
6 seconds.
Oh, they're going to get a bucket. Where's Big? No, you should have given it to Jokic. Oh, Murray drained it. Murray with a pull-up shot, 1 second
Dude,
left.
that's
72.
a dagger. That's a dagger.
Denver goes up 18.
That's a dagger. That shot is a
18
dagger.
at halftime.
Dude.
The air ball 3 in the corner from D'Angelo
whoever it
Russell.
was, yeah.
And then Jamal Murray with the bucket on the other end.
Dude, that's a dagger. That shot.
18.
18 at that.
Not coming back from that.
I don't know that they are. Anyway, that's going to close segment 1. We are going to have a short segment 2 because I have a baseball fan over here who's got 2 bones to pick. So, hey,
Double bone.
get a frosty one.
Double bone.
We might find Yoda. See you on the other side. Oh, and by the way, tonight's sponsor, again.
As always. IDD, I
Yep.
don't disagree, coming to you,
Yep.
courtesy of the fine folks at Diet Dr. Pepper.
Mr. Dr. Pepper.
Cream
Forrest
soda.
Gump wasn't
Zero
lying.
sugar.
Forrest Gump knew his shit. All right?
Did Forrest Gump like Dr. Pepper?
Love Dr. Peppers, man. Love 'em. We'll see you on the other side with the doctor. See you in a minute.